welcome to the all-new Beyond the Ball with me, Collie. That's the first time I've done that intro, lads. I didn't know what to say, so
Brilliant.
I think I nailed it. So this week I am joined by Paddy.
Hello, I'm love balls.
Ollie out.
And we have some
Balls out.
season debuts for Graham, which is Lawler.
How's it going?
And Chris.
How's it going, lads?
What's that? Lads, we have a good bit to go through this week. International football, so we're going to not be talking about that. we're going to look at a couple of questions that we have, just kind of random questions. We've a bit of a review to do, lads. I'm sitting here in the middle of 4 Man United fans, which is unbelievable for me because we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about, and there's one person in particular's opinion I want, and I think Lawler knows who I'm talking about. So I want to know what Lawler's take is on the whole Ollie incident. Obviously, I'll be getting the whole lot of take as well, but Lawler in particular, who's been a complete pro Ollie. It's hard to know where he stands now, so we'll save it for when we're talking about that. But yeah, we've a load of stuff to look at, lads. So we'll kind of just throw shit up. It's going to be a bit all over the place, but sure, look, that's the great thing about it. We do have the fashion show as well, lads. Chris and Lawler, yous are new to the fashion show. Yous are in for a treat. Let me tell you, Paddy is
not only the fashion show. Who is it?
It's Paddy's favorite.
Yeah, but not alone that. Who are we doing this week?
Yeah, this week is a double whammy. We're looking at Liverpool's kits. Oh. Now, lads, I may have a little bonus kit for us as well, but we'll see. Lads, we're going to jump into the first thing, and that is you have the question section, lads. So a couple of random questions that we have here. We're going to start off with this one here. Paddy, we'll come to you first on this one. If you could get rid of one animal from the planet, what would it be?
You come to me first, you prick.
What would you get rid of, Paddy?
Cats.
Why?
Chris
owns
I don't really like them. I think they're sly. I think they're sly creatures. Yeah, so that's it, really.
Interesting. What would you do?
Collie, you know this answer from playing golf yesterday. I'm gonna let you answer for me.
Water, for some reason, has an absolute fear of swans.
No, it's not. It's not a fear.
Beautiful swans flying overhead yesterday when we were golfing. And he's like, "Look at that prick up there!" And he's like, "Wants to take a board." I'm like, "What have you got against the swan?" I was like, "They're killed there." And he's like, "Yeah, but one of them bit me." And I was like, "Yeah, when to bite you?" I think I was like 7 or something. I was like, "Let go of it! Like, stop holding on to that."
Swans are aggressive fuckers.
Yeah, they did. One of them did hit me. But so what? You would get rid of swans, and how would you get rid of them? Would you like grab them by the neck or what?
No, I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try to get that close.
Sniper.
Yeah, that's it.
Sniper.
Lala, what would we get rid of?
But fortunately, you wouldn't be getting anywhere near the queen swans over here now. Sacred, yeah. I'd be getting rid of cats as well, man. I hate their ears. I just can't stand their ears. Ever look at cats' ears?
They hear too much.
Domestic cats, like just.
Fair enough. Chris, how would you get rid of?
Sorry, this came in here from Shane. It was a peacock actually that bit you water in the zoo. I was there. So you can't have it between a peacock and a swan. It's the first fuck with a new pod. I love it.
I love the way Shane thinks he knows my memory better than him. Like,
Chris, what
I think
after all that counselling you've done, you should know.
Like, and if I was 7, Shane probably would have only been 1, and I can guarantee it, he doesn't remember something from when he's 1. So there you go, there, lads.
Chris, what are you getting rid of?
I don't know. Probably pigeons.
Ooh.
Or crows, or
so actually,
whichever one it is that keeps shiting on my car. That specific one.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
I'm just thinking, right? If I'm saying here one animal, so do you have to get rid of all birds?
No.
I don't know. Maybe you do.
All
You
cats
don't.
because it's an animal.
That's not the question. It's
I
not
wouldn't get rid
breed
of all.
animal,
I
it's
wouldn't
an
get rid of
animal.
all cats.
Right,
No.
so you're saying specifically whatever bird is shiting on your car.
Just that one, even. Yeah.
You reckon it's the same one, just doing loops around
Yeah,
the car, shitting on it?
he's a vendetta against me. Yeah.
What would I get rid of, lads? I'd probably get rid of seagulls. I think we've all gone for an old species of bird, apart from two lads going cats, but
We've all-
No, we haven't got three of you have.
For
It's
cats.
3 out of 2, right?
Whoa.
The majority. I'm going with majority.
60% of the time, I'm right every time.
Right, I got bored. Right, lads, we're moving on to the next question, right? Paddy, we'll go back to you. We'll keep this nice little order going. It's very easy for people to follow. You're having your last ever 3-course meal. What you having for start, mains, and dessert?
Stars have to be a big bowl of wings and Frank's hot sauce,
Because it's cereal.
blue cheese. It'd have to be, absolutely, without a doubt. Then for main course, you're looking at, I had one in Portugal there in the summer, tomahawk steak
Oh, yeah.
with nice, like real chips. None of that veg shit. Some nice sauce.
Okay.
And then the dessert is going to be a bit of a weird one because I don't like anything sweet, really. So it'd be just a big sheet of puff pastry with loads of fresh cream on top of it.
Paddy is such a weirdo. Paddy doesn't eat anything with sugar in it. Like, it's just so strange.
Yeah,
So
and
strange.
that'd be it, really. Actually, no, the last one it'd probably be fresh cream squared all over some beautiful model or something.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, surely you're having a
eat her as
beverage.
well.
Yeah, no, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, I'd eat her as well.
Chew through the cream, bite her leg off. Come here, you're having a beer with this, I presume, are you? Or what, you having a whiskey, maybe?
I'm a big lover lately of the old Moretti.
Oh, yeah. Beer Moretti.
But I'd have to have a couple of whiskies, a couple of scotches as well. Nice.
If you do want to sponsor us, Beer Moretti, we are available for sponsorship. What are you having?
I think everything is nailed down except for the starter. Like, I know chicken wings are a good, solid, reliable starter, but I think something like bruschetta, like Italian style bruschetta, freshly made, be really nice. Yeah, and then I'm gonna keep it Italian now on this one, actually, because it's probably my favorite kind of food. So mains, I'm gonna go for a proper calzone pizza. Oh, imagine I said a snack box. That would have been a great show. Calzone pizza, fold it over, proper wood fire, and then desserts. Probably have to go for a lemon cheesecake with a nice bit of ice cream on it.
Now I judge you for that because, like, of all the flavors that you've picked lemon. Lemon is one of the worst flavors you can possibly pick for a cheesecake.
I'm a big fan of a lemon dessert.
And you know them little Frenchy cakes? The lemons are always the last one I eat. Not a fan.
Okay.
You don't judge me again now. Lola, what are you having?
Chicken wings, Frank's hot sauce, all over. Fillet steak, chips, and pepper sauce. And then I'd have to go with profiteroles.
Oh, hello.
Big dollop of Bailey's cream to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
Profit balls, just keep in line with the show.
Oh, is this a football show? I didn't know.
What drink are you having? Sorry.
What drink am I having? Big large glass of red wine, I reckon. I can't eat and drink beer, unfortunately.
Controversial. Yeah, it is quite fun, actually.
It's getting messy if you do it at the same time, but if you take a bite and then take a sup after it.
That definitely looked wrong. Chris, what are you having?
I am almost identical to Lawler. I am same, like chicken wing starter, fillet steak, chips, pepper sauce, red wine with the steak. But for dessert, I'd say I'd have to go for.
You should go on a date, serious.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will.
Dessert. I'm thinking like some kind of like a.
You can't be on the balls.
Yeah. some kind of like a. Will you shut the fuck up and let me talk? I'm thinking like some kind of like a warm cookie dough kind of deal with ice cream on top.
Nice.
You should have went for the banana split, and then Graham could have brought the balls from the profitables.
Yeah, lads, it's Do you know what? I'm a big fan of soup for starters. Just a nice little bowl of soup.
Oh God, that's boring.
Potato and leek. I'm all over it. Potato and leek would be probably my favorite.
What's your last meal ever?
So basically, you're just going to go to a wedding for your last meal.
I'll go to his ma's house.
What do we say? Wings? I already had wings last night. Domino's.
I'm changing my starters.
Yeah, because you're eating them out with Domino's. That's why you're not enjoying them.
No, they were lovely. They were gorgeous. I'd eat them again. Highly recommend them as well.
Average ones. I wouldn't want them before that.
Frank's hot sauce from Domino's are superb. Now the box was squashed a bit like this. The box was completely squashed, and they were ruined. But I made the most of it. I hate when the bone breaks in the wing. You ever get that?
No, I get good wings.
Shrapnel and all. You're chewing on like bits of broken glass. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So I'm going with a bowl of soup, potato and leek, and
boiled chicken.
Plain chicken with I am going with a steak, but I'm gonna say that Wagga Mama. Is that what it's called? A Wagyu or whatever what's it called?
Wagyu.
Anybody know?
Wagyu Mama's a restaurant, you think?
Oh yeah.
Wagyu.
Sorry, yeah. I'll go with
Have you ever had it before?
No, I've never had it.
So your last meal, you're gonna risk it and try something you've never had before?
Oh yeah. 100%.
Would you get Salt Bay to serve it to you?
He's a bit of a fucking pervert, isn't he? Definitely.
You'd love that.
Pervert. Oh yeah, be class.
You'd love that.
And I'm going for my dessert. I'm going for a big sundae, right, with ice cream, just plain ice cream, vanilla ice cream. It's got to have strawberries in it, chocolate sauce, cream on top, maybe a few little nuts or something in it. Oh, that's what I'm all over. Love it. Right, that's me, lads. We're moving on to the next one and the last question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be, Paddy?
I think we done this last season, but and I've had time. I've been asked this a couple of times. I don't know why. I think invisibility.
Oh yeah.
I think invisibility. Yeah.
But then you'd never like. So when you're invisible, can people still hear your voice and stuff?
Yeah, but you can turn it on and off.
The voice.
You don't just have it for you're not just invisible forever. Then it's just like my life now.
Then it's just a disability. It's not a fucking superpower.
Yeah. Can't control it. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Thinking as a big Marvel fan and superhero fan, probably just gonna have to keep it simple and go for super strength. It's the most effective.
Longer drives.
Longer drives, yeah. Probably be able to hit the iron further than I can hit the ball anyway.
Quick one in there from Shane. The power to stop the fashion show, Paddy.
Absolutely. That's a great one. Yeah, I'll change your mind to that. Yeah.
Lawler, what are you doing?
Power to see the future.
Ooh.
Actually, do I want to see the future?
Then if you could see the future, would you rather know how you die or when you die?
When I die.
Nice.
And I'd like to know what would be the first thing you do if you could tell the future, because that's actually a really, really good one.
When they're low.
What's the first thing you do?
100%.
What's the first thing all of us would do if you could read tell the future?
I think that would depend what the future held. I think that would depend what the future held. No,
but what would you check on first? What would you say? Right, I'm going to do this first because I can see into the future.
Well,
no.
When is the next time we're having a show?
God, lads. Come on.
But hold on, right? So
I'd check what crypto is going to be in 10 years and invest now.
Yeah, but say you look at that and you know what's going to happen, and then you do something. Have you altered the future? So maybe the future wouldn't be the same then. If you
the butterfly effect.
Oh, maybe a bet then. Maybe a bet.
What a movie, man! What a movie.
Yeah.
So you're going into the future. Chris, what you doing?
That's brilliant.
Nobody said it, which I'm surprised, but I'll go for fly. I could fly.
That's what I was going to say. I'd love to fly like a bird. Just so I can see what everyone looks like.
Like flapping your arms, or just like Superman?
Nah, like Superman, like your arm out. And just.
I was thinking like develop wings and have like big feathery wings.
Then Chris would want to shoot you.
And water be terrified of you.
So we all went for flying then.
Yeah, we all went for flying. The majority went for flying there, lads. So we all went for flying. Lads, we're going to move on to just having a quick review of the Premier League. So I'm going to just bring this one up. I don't know. I didn't really make a thing for it because I wasn't really thinking that far ahead. But I'm going to just use this. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't.
Expert opinion.
Does it say that?
Opinion.
I didn't make that. I didn't make that.
All right, Colin.
First of all,
This dyslexic people didn't notice that.
opinion is wrong.
And gambling's illegal in America, and you dollars.
Right, lads, that will never be used again. So I want to know, lads, what do we do? Do we just jump? Do we tear the bandage off here and just jump straight into United? I think we do. Lawler,
Why not?
I think
you're my first victim.
I don't think you should be the first
Lawler.
victim anyway.
Lawler, give us your expert opinion.
Right, no, we won't. We'll wait for Lawler, right? We'll wait for Lawler. We know what Paddy and Water's opinions are, so I want to just go to them first, and then we'll get, because we haven't heard much from Chris and Lawler this year about Ollie. So we'll come back to Paddy and Water first, and kind of leave the two boys for last. So Paddy, what did you make of that match against City? Obviously, it was like boys against men. It was fucking pretty pathetic. Were you expecting Ollie to be sacked, or were you kind of saying no, it didn't really warrant a sack? What was your first thing?
I suppose to talk about the match first, like pathetic. It's nearly, you couldn't write what happens to Manchester United lately. Like in terms of the Atlanta game during the week, Boy is getting all the praise. He has to play in the middle of the park. He had what a game and all. He's on and he scores an own goal, and you're like, what the fuck do you have to do to get United to be back playing proper football like they used to? That performance was, it didn't deserve. Like, it's the first time I've really said it out in public, all out, because I wasn't out in the shouting on the streets or anything, but I do honestly believe that he should be gone. And it's one of these things with Ole that, he took up this last season, he took 2 or 3 steps forward. He took the club forward from when Mourinho was there, and respect to that. But now it's one step back. And can I see him taking the club another 2 steps forward in terms of getting where we were at the end of last season and then taking us further? Absolutely not. And I think that's what every United fan now can see is, I suppose, what we were blinding ourselves about a while ago. What happened with Chelsea, what Frank couldn't do because he didn't have the experience there. Ole just doesn't have the experience or maybe the skills at all. Maybe he's just not that level of elite manager to get Manchester United where they need to be. So who we get in next? My choice would be Pochettino. But yeah, it was a dreadful game, and I can't believe nothing has come out of the club as of yet. There was talk that there's been no communication from the Glazers, and now there's supposedly a protest outside Old Trafford later on in November for an Ole out, Glazers out. But I just don't want United to become a joke of a club with just protests every couple of weeks. And
they are though.
At the moment, it's a calamity. Like, I think get rid of Solskjaer now before it gets worse, because what will end up happening is, like at the end of the Mourinho tenure, when the club was just in a shambles, the players didn't want to play for him. They were so unhappy that they needed to be picked up, and right now, Ole has got to the club to a certain stage where in the back it's all good. There's a director of football and stuff there. The signings have been good in the summer, so take him out there, put in an experienced coaching staff and an experienced manager, and I think they could do well.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, just a quick one in there. Lauder, what's odds on Robbie Keane as next untied manager? Me and Shane are on the same level here. What do you reckon? Are you surprised you didn't see a second?
I am surprised because I didn't see the match now personally, but I just followed the commentary, listening, and it just sounded like it could have been another 5-0 thrashing if it wasn't for the guy in the first 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, he was class in the first half.
And
Good time. He came good.
Pep talk about I know we went to 5 at the back, but Pep talked about how easily he defeated the 5 at the back by pushing the wingers like right up, so they could switch it easier. And Cancelo basically had the whole pitch to himself then. Very simple tactical changes defeated United. It wasn't a masterclass by Pep. It was a very simple, straightforward change that he knew he had the beating of him. Like looking
stuff
at
that fucking Ollie can't see though.
That's the thing. But looking at the statistics of it, Sky Sports did a good breakdown of it, and like Fred, like the only person that has had more people run past him this season is Alan from Everton. Fred has had the second people run past him like so often, it's ridiculous. He only wins about 40% of his duels, and he's a key starter in there. You know, the way Maguire has had led to 3 direct goals in the Premier League the most, and he's your captain. Where is this leadership coming from, you know? And I just think the basics of defending, the basics of a bit of aggression, a bit of determination, a bit of want aren't there. And then you can't say it's, I know you can say it's the players, but the squad, like if players aren't doing it, drop them. Like I know Dan James left for Leeds, and in terms of Dan James has still played more minutes for United than Van de Beek, Tellez, and who else is it? Lingard, I believe, combined. And he left back.
Lingard not being brought on the weekend, and he brought on Rashford, who wasn't even at the hotel the day before. Like it's ridiculous.
He always shows a massive lack of confidence in his players. Even the likes of with Bailey there, like he's only played the last 2 games. And the game before that, I think it was Maguire. There was all this talk about Maguire not even playing. And he started Maguire over a fit Bailey who's sitting on the bench like that. And then he puts him on next week and says, right, go and do a job for me. And I think Gary Neville said it there kind of during the week. He was like, if Neville said, if I was Van de Beek and Ollie came to me, I'd be like, what, now you want me help? I'd say that's the exact same thing I'd say that's the exact same thing that Bailey was feeling.
I think Roy Keane summed up every single Manchester United supporter of the weekend in what he was saying about the likes of Fred, and then how angry he was outside the stadium and that thing when he got into a fight with one of the fans as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Chris, what do you think of it? Like, we'll come to you. We haven't heard much from you about kind of Ollie this season. Like, where are you kind of at with him now?
I defended it for a long time, up until maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. About 2 or 3 weeks before the Liverpool game, I suppose. And I don't think it was a bad decision to give him the role or give him the chance to do what he's done. I do agree with him in a sense where there was a progression, like Paddy said, there was a progression. You could see the club the players were progressing and the team was progressing, but I just think now it's just plateaued. It's not his fault. It's not the players' fault. It's just a combination of everything, and there isn't the right. They're not set up for success. They're not set up to succeed with what they have at their disposal now.
Do you think actually? Sorry, the tactical thing, right? So obviously, we always question Ollie's tactics, and a massive thing is the substitutions he makes. Some of them to be fucking mind-boggling, and I think that's where he nearly shoots himself in the foot. But this whole thing of him now going to a 3-5-2. It's a formation that he's probably never played in. I doubt Fergie ever played that formation. And it's probably one that he's never managed and coached and put on a pitch. Do you think that's someone said, he's obviously hearing from the mic is back. Is that something that he's saying on social media or whatever, saying, look, we need a change, and then he's just saying, right, let's just fucking throw this tactic on and see what will work
it's hard to say. I doubt he looks at fucking social media and says, Jesus, I better change the squad because the lads are saying it. But it is hard to ignore it. I don't think it's as simple as that, but the social media definitely has an impact on it in terms of the pressure that he's put under. Regardless of whether he reads it or not, or he pays attention to it or not, everyone else at the club does. All the fans do, and it's hard to avoid that. It's hard to get away from that when you're in the ground, even, and you're hearing people behind you when you're trying to manage the team giving out and groaning and moaning. It's obvious that people aren't happy. So I do think that he changed it. It worked against Spurs, but Spurs sacked their manager after the game because they were that bad. And you can't just keep it then, especially against somebody who's tactically as good as Pep and City, and assume it's going to work. There was no plan B. There never is. There's never a plan B.
Yeah.
We set up we're very one-dimensional with how we set up. And as soon as we come up against a team or a manager who's good enough to tactically break us down, they'll win the game. Because we never react. We're always, we're never proactive, or actually never even reactive. We just don't do fucking anything. Like he goes into the games trying to set us up in a way that he thinks is best, but then when it doesn't work, it's like shit hits the fan. He makes weird substitutions that nobody else thinks make sense, and he ends up just sticking with the players who have done him the best. Like, and it's just not. It's like
his identity as like a manager is very hard to kind of pinpoint. Like you wouldn't look at him and go, right, he attacks from the front. He fucking like, you know what I mean? He sits deep. It's hard to notice. Like to me, all I can see is that he sets up a team that usually go 1-0 down, and then the other team changes how they play, and then they get back into it. So to me, it's like he's not changing the formation because they go 1-0 down. It's the other team are changing and kind of sitting back a little bit deeper, which allows him to kind of use his tactics.
Rio Ferdinand hit the nail on the head there when he was saying that it looks like he coaches, say, the forwards on their own, the midfielders on their own, and the defenders on their own, and he doesn't ever bring them in as a team structure. Yeah. So it's very hard to link them up, and that's what he says. You can never tell like what the game plan is with United. You know what the how would you say Solskjaer's ethos is about how to play the game.
Yeah, there's no identity in the team. Like United and most teams, Chelsea, City, Liverpool now, like you would know what they're good at, and you know what they're going to try to do when they go into every game. But with United, it could be anything. You don't know what the formation is going to be. You don't know who's going to be playing there. You don't know what he's going to be asking those players to do. I don't know whether Fred is a fucking 6 or a 9. Like,
and these other big clubs, they don't have to change how they play, irrespective of who they're facing. So if they're facing the other biggest teams in the world, they'll play how they play because they play so well. But you see, if United come up against a top team, it's like, oh, they have to change now how they play because they're shit.
Yeah, Lawler, so look, we come to you now. So obviously we haven't heard that from you kind of this season about Ollie. We know what you were like last year. You were kind of diehard. Like we've seen it on the WhatsApp group and stuff like that. You've always kind of been diehard, kind of stick by him and stuff like that. Lately, it's changed. Where are you at now? Like, give us a kind of a rundown on where you're at with him.
We could never wish for any manager, irrespective of whoever they are, to lose their job. And particularly Ole, have been, I was a massive fan of him as a player. Obviously, I'd want them to succeed. Yeah. And I think, going back to what Paddy said at the start, like if almost keeping him in the job could just destroy the reputation that he does have with the club. Like, let's not forget where the club was when he took over and what he has done in terms of instilling kind of that Manchester United ethos, which has been lost kind of at the start of this season with the way results have gone. But he did change that, and he did kind of get that good feeling back into the club, which we shouldn't forget. And probably now where he brought the club as far as he could, and his tactical prowess is just not there. Like, he doesn't have it to bring them to that next level. He's took them as far as he can. I do think that maybe who he has around him probably doesn't help. Like Carrick, probably a great coach, but a young coach with very little experience. He's got Mike Phelan there, who was there when the club was doing well, but not for that long period of time either. And then he went off and wasn't successful managing Hull himself. So
he almost has to buy into all these.
Yeah, and whereas maybe if he had a more experienced coaching background, and he can just do the managing side of things, because Ollie's not,
Ollie's shot himself
experienced coach either. I think he wanted to. I don't know, because I'm not in there. He'd want to be almost in the background, making sure that everybody's happy, but leaving the coaching up to other people and getting the advice from other people on who he thinks should be playing. And while he just kind of manages everything, and unfortunately, I just don't think, now tactically, he just doesn't have it, and probably is time for, someone else to come in. The awkward thing is, who do you get? It's not a great time to be trying to get someone in, and there's massive problems there. The players don't help that we have, because at the end of the day, they're not doing the basics right, and the basics aren't down to a manager. You should be doing the basics regardless. Maguire has been absolutely shocking in recent weeks. and just lack desire there to get to the ball first.
Like he's the manager or the captain, like
to come out and motivate. Well, like Roy Keane hit the nail on the head as well. He was like a robot. Show some emotion, you know.
Actually, how did you feel about that Laura, a few weeks ago when everyone was going mad at Ronaldo because he stormed off after the Everton game? I was delighted to see that.
Yeah, he should be disappointed. He should be disappointed.
Yeah. Everyone was saying, "Oh, he's putting pressure on Ollie and all stuff like that."
Not coming out on Wednesday and Thursday saying, "Oh, we're sorry for this, that, and the other." Yeah. Storm off.
Yeah. And that same game, that same game, wasn't it, where fucking 5 minutes before the end, Ollie was smiling and laughing at the sideline.
Yeah.
No, I was delighted to see Ronaldo storm off.
Yeah, I seen a thing came out yesterday. I think I said it to you when we were playing golf. It had said something that Ronaldo had said that he was alarmed at the lack of the lack of performances from the club. When players start coming out and saying that, it's almost a backhanded thing at the manager. I know it's like he's trying to take the responsibility, but at the same time, that is still having a bit of a dig at the manager to say, "Look, make us play better," but they're not really doing it. I think that's
the best
nearly
in the world. Go on.
Sorry, I just think that's nearly the beginning of the end when you start seeing players coming out and making that type of comments online.
The players need to set the standards. Players like Ronaldo, like Cavani, will be trying to set the standard in there.
Yeah.
But like I think someone said there a minute ago, Solskjaer needs to be dropping these lads who are underperforming, regardless of who they are, and not protecting them, rather than because we were poor, very poor, with 4 at the back, rather than then trying to protect the likes of Maguire and Shaw for their poor performances by putting 5 at the back. Yes, that was successful, but you're just papering over cracks. You know, you're playing 5 at the back with 2 holding midfielders. You know, of course, you're going to probably keep a clean sheet here and there. Sure, you've got that many playing at the back. You know, you're probably dropping these players and letting someone else come in and giving them a kick up the arse and saying that's not good enough. You know, give Van de Beek a shout, give Tellez a shout, a left back. Playing foot, and also we don't have the players to play 5 at the back. Wan-Bissaka, we've known for the last 3 or 4 years, he can't go forward. He get a nosebleed.
Just looking at
million on your man from
Sancho.
What's his name? From Dortmund.
Sancho.
You say 800 million?
Like nearly 100 million.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said 800 million. I was like, whoa.
No, nearly 100 million. And you could have got Declan Rice there. Look at Declan Rice this season.
Yeah, he's flying.
Machine.
Just a quick one on the stats of from looking at the City. Again, look, we know City are always kind of going to dominate games and stuff like that. But 68% possession for City in that game. 5 shots on target for City, 1 for United. 7 shots off target for City, 1 or 3 for United. The block shots were 3 for City and then 1 for United. So even if you just look at them 4 kind of stats alone, that just indicates a massive dominance in possession, and something that United they're known for dominating games and kind of hold possession. Maybe not lately under Ollie or anything like that, but they've always been a team that have kind of, if anyone was going to Old Trafford, you'd kind of fear them, and you knew you were going to be sitting back and you were going to be trying to catch them on the counter. Now, to me, it looks like that teams are coming and they're taking it to them now. Look, obviously that is City, but I mean they're not far off what maybe a West Ham would do to them now at this stage.
I don't think United were ever had massive possession stats. Anyway.
Not to that extent.
Yeah, but even reverting back to a 5 at the back, we were always going to how Tottenham didn't change their own tactics to fight against us. I don't know why, but the 2 fullbacks we have, neither of them are wing backs, in my opinion. I seen Steve Holland talking during the week, and he was talking about how when he was at Chelsea, they had Marcus Alonso at left back, who's more of a fullback left back, and then they had Victor Moses playing wing back. So there was on their first centre half in the 3, they had Azpilicueta. So because he'd more than likely fill in for Victor Moses when he was bombing forward. So there was always that balance within the team. We've got 3 straight centre backs playing centre half. None of them comfortable at playing that full back for when the wing back steps up. And then we've 2 wing backs who aren't the best going forward anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think your left and right back are very they're very wingerishy as in terms of size. If you look at Azpilicueta, he's always been a right back, but he sits into centre back no problem. he's physically big and strong. Like Wan-Bissaka is not really that physical. Luke Shaw, maybe he is. He's just a little bit on the shorter side. So in terms of aerial presence, he's probably not going to be there. Like, so that's where I think the difference is, trying to play with that.
But if you're going to have two wing backs,
look, all these players we're talking about now, they're not playing well because of the coaching in the background. Like if you look at Shaw's performances last season and his performances this season, and even Maguire, the mistakes they've been making the last couple of games against Liverpool and City have been calamitous. It's like something you'd see in a comedy show. For the coaching on the managerial side, you need the coaches to do the finer details, and you need the manager to instill a bit of fear and motivate the players. And neither of that is being done at United.
Chris, just a quick one. Like, obviously, I'm going back to kind of the protests we were talking about there. That's happening next week or whatever. With the Glazers. So I personally thought, looking from the outside, that, and I think you'd probably agree with me, the Ronaldo signing was a bit of a panic by them as well at the same time to stop Man City signing them. Do you think so? Like, that obviously took a little bit of pressure off themselves. So they signed Ronaldo. Fans are happy again. No one really said anything. Everyone kind of forgot about it. Leave Ronaldo. Ronaldo's back. Everything's great. Do you think that they're going to, again, they're probably past that point, but by not sacking Ollie, are they putting the pressure back on themselves again? Like, and the eye is now going on to themselves again.
Like, realistically, they don't give a shit. Like, they don't care whether they're under pressure or not. United is a business to them. Yeah. They don't care whether they're under pressure. They don't care what the fans think. All they care about is revenue and how much money.
And United are trending.
Yeah, exactly. Like, realistically, and let's get it. Like, if we go out and we get a top class manager and we're back up competing for leagues and Champions Leagues in the next 2-3 years, and they put another fucking $500 million into the club and signings over the next few windows again, everyone's gonna love them. Fans are fickle. Like, of course they are. Like, we're all just as bad. Like, we love someone one week and we hate them the next if they don't get enough points in fantasy. Like, it can be the simplest thing. But United fans, yes, I do think, like, there's a lot more to it. Obviously, the Glazers out thing, but for this specific topic, I don't think it's make or break for them. I think that they'll move on and they'll get past it because United is a business to them.
How long do you think they'll give it them?
To be honest, I would say that they're probably shopping around now. They're probably inquiring about managers at the moment and just trying to figure it out. I would imagine that Ollie already knows that he's got till the end of this season, regardless of what happens, because let's be honest, like, even if he went and won every game this year, the confidence is gone now from the fan base, and I don't think they'd be happy with him getting another contract extension, even if he did go on to win something this year. So I think that his days are numbered. As much as I'd love him to go, like, during the season, I don't think he will. I think they'll keep him in until the end of the season, and they'll set up a deal for somebody else probably 2 or 3 months before the end of the season comes, before summer. So it's more of like a quiet walk away than it is like an abrupt stop and somebody else comes in.
But like, I think they'll might do it January at the latest, or because if they don't, there's a big fear of us not making Champions League football.
That's what I'm getting to there. So you are currently sitting in 6th position. You're on 17 points, and you are 5 points off Liverpool and 4th. Lads, if you don't do something and pull the trigger and something changes, you are massive fear of losing out in Champions League football. And Cristiano Ronaldo's not going to want to be there if he's not playing Champions League football. Attracting a bigger manager will also be a bit of an issue, and then attracting players as well is going to be an issue. So you're currently sitting in 6th position with Arsenal, who are flying lately, and we gave them a bit of shit at the start of the season, but they had a really tough run of games at the start of the season. But I don't think they've lost in their last 6 or 7 games. And West Ham, who could potentially be the Leicester of this season, like. So there's massive chances being taken with keeping Ollie there.
I don't think that getting a manager in would be a problem for us, because I think if somebody's afraid of the job or doesn't want the job, then they're not the right person for the job. Like, you need somebody who's not afraid to go in and take that responsibility on their shoulders and go in and grab it by the scruff of the neck and just do a job on it. But like, that managers, I don't think we should be going for, like, we've been guilty of just going for like the best available manager, or trying to go for the best available manager. Same when Conte was available and we were looking at him as well. I don't think they'll do that again. I think that they'll take their time and they'll make a deal with somebody who's in a job now. That's why I'm saying I don't think it'd be a quick thing. So I don't know. My preference, I would like to see them go for Luis Enrique, get him out of the Spain job. I think he's got that character and he's got the experience of being at Barcelona and Spain. Like, you can't really get too big of jobs in football than that. And he would be, you have to look at it like you need somebody who you think would be able to put it up against Tuchel, Klopp, Pep, and he definitely fits the mold. Like, he'd slot in there well in terms of the character piece. So I think that somebody like him would be good to come in.
Yeah, when you look at like the likes of Klopp, the three managers named Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel, they are big characters even on the sideline. And Antonio Conte, again, that's why I thought you missed the boat on him. I thought he would have been fucking brilliant for United. But Poch, again, Poch is one that kind of keeps coming up. We're gonna wrap up the kind of the chat on this just for now, lads, because we're 40 minutes in. We still have a little bit to cover. In a word, if he's have to pick a manager, who would you be picking, Paddy?
Pochettino.
Water.
I would have wanted Conte.
Lawler.
Rodgers.
Oh,
good shout. Yeah, that's a great shout. Paddy gets offended when you say that.
Former Liverpool manager though. Couldn't.
So what?
Sit well with me.
So
yeah,
what?
Luis Enrique.
Doesn't sit well with
How
me.
about Michael Owen? What, was he sitting well with you when he was banging in goals for United? Yes, he was.
Good manager.
Right, lads. We just move off the United thing. There's a few bits we can look at. Obviously, Liverpool have dropped points on the weekend, which is great for everybody. The last unbeaten team of the season, West Ham. Lawler, your brother must be in flying form. He's a West Ham fan, isn't he?
Get texts up him every week. Thinks guy wants to be getting Champions League tickets for next year.
I have to admit, lads, Moyes is doing wonders there. Maybe he's missed the boat. Moyes, maybe it was the players at that time. But look, I think the whole kind of Liverpool thing, we can kind of, it would have been nice to have Conor and Mellon on just to kind of cover the Liverpool side of it. But we'll do a quick run through, lads. How do you think Liverpool are going to finish the season? Do you think they're going to get top four? I think is probably a given for them. But do you think they're in any fear? So look, I'm gonna go extreme here. They haven't kind of won in the last two games. I'm gonna say, has Klopp lost the dressing room?
You're like the sun.
Oh, he's worse.
Yeah. Literally is.
There's not much I want to talk about really with Liverpool. I want to talk when the lads are on, so we'll brush over Liverpool because we still have another week where it's on the international football. But lads, what do we make of Eddie Howe coming in for the Newcastle job? Laura, actually, Walter, I'll come to you. I wanted to hear from you about this. I think were you talking about Eddie Howe being a potential replacement for him?
No, I think Shane had said it that he
yeah.
Eddie Howe, and I dismissed Shane as like, Shane, what the fuck are you talking about? Just stop talking. And I haven't heard the end of him since. He probably texts me every day about it. Remember when you said Eddie Howe wasn't going to get the Newcastle job? Well, yeah.
So what do you make? How do you think he's going to do at Newcastle?
Now, he's going to have unlimited money, which is a great thing. But who is he going? Like, is he going to attract players? That's going to be the main problem for him. Listen to him talk a lot of the time in his interviews. He's very attacking based. He'll bring exciting football to Newcastle. He does like little trick set plays and stuff like that. I think Sky Sports did a review of all of them, and he does do very smart corners to kind of get goals and very effective. But I just wonder who will want to come and play for Eddie Howe. That's my only concern. He's a great manager, plays attacking, does well out of the players that he has. But in terms of the expectations of a Newcastle fan base now, with this bottomless money pot, are you going to attract players from Europe that want to play football to go to Newcastle and play for Eddie Howe versus a mediocre footballer coming from Europe and go, oh, Newcastle's a good city to party in. I'll go there for a year or two and make a bit of money, you know?
Yeah. Chris, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Eddie Howe's a good fit for Newcastle?
I was quite surprised by it. I thought they would have went for a bigger name. like what I said, who's going to want to play for Eddie Howe. But at the same time, then they're in survival mode almost already. So I think having a manager with Premier League experience is very important for them right now, just to get them kind of steady the ship before Christmas, and then try and get if they get a couple of results in before Christmas, and then January window comes in, they'll get a couple of signings in. Nothing big or anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
If you look back at like City when they got all their money, it took them a while to kind of build the squad in. It's not just because of financial fair play. They can't just go out and buy everyone.
I think they were saying like 200 to 250 million, I think, is the cap where they can spend before they start getting.
I could see them going out and buying like one kind of marquee signing, like one big name, and then 2 or 3 other players to build around that. Somebody like, I don't know, like name like who, like a Verratti or Cruz.
So like
somebody
I was saying to the lads that you have to like they're here at the moment, which is rock bottom. So they may need to like start taking levels. They're not going to go from there to there. Like, it has to be a level jump thing. Like so, like even a world class player might be out of reach for them at the moment, but like a very well performing player, like just for instance, say someone like you know he's been fucking here and there everywhere, but the likes of like say Loftus-Cheek at Chelsea, who was fringe player, playing minutes. Ross Barkley, another one, playing minutes, very strong in midfield, could potentially be.
There Aaron Ramsey as well as one of the names that's being mentioned.
They're the type of people they should be after. These these players playing very well, established for like middle clubs to clubs going for kind of Europa League kind of places. They're the type of players, or fringe players for higher up teams, you know.
Van de Beek is a prime example for someone that could potentially change. Just put it in there in the chat that Donny to Newcastle would be a prime example. Paddy, what do you think of that? Who do you think would be kind of their signing? What's their level of signing really?
Yeah, I think Aaron Ramsey there was a good show. Any players that have went to big clubs and aren't getting their game,
Martial,
really, they want to be looking at. Yeah, like look at all the top clubs around the world. Like even if you look at Barcelona, like would Coutinho come back to the Premier League, like for big money?
Talk of that.
Like Aaron Ramsey, that's the kind of player they're looking for now. You know, they'll have the stage, revitalize their career, and then get another move to another big club if they wanted to. But like, look at how Man City started. Like, let's follow that blueprint. You know, look how Chelsea started. When they came in,
Chelsea were there,
the new managers, and they had the money. They didn't sign small players. Like I think Chelsea, like they were signing Robin when he first came in.
Yeah.
They had a decent squad there as it was though. But if you look at say Man City were nowhere when they were taking over and they were buying Robinho. Although Robinho thought he was signing for Manchester United.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, he was telling me there last week.
I have to question that. Is that a true story where he said like, "Oh no, I thought I was flying to Manchester, but I thought I was signing for the other Manchester." That's bullshit. I don't know. There's no way. There's no way.
Get him on,
lads. Another one. So look, we move off Newcastle. Like you said, there's a bit to cover, and we're I didn't expect to be 48 minutes in and have so little done. A quick no, we'll have to make room for the fashion show. A quick one just on other managerial happenings. So Daniel Farke obviously got sacked from Norwich. In fairness, probably the right decision. They've been probably the worst Premier League team that's ever existed. Dean Smith obviously getting sacked from Villa. No. We talked about that one before. Dean Smith getting sacked from Villa, lads. Who are we talking about? There is talk of Steven Gerrard potentially moving to that team. So what do we think of Gerrard going to Villa? Maybe does that be a good show? Lala, would you like to see that?
Who going to Villa?
Gerrard going to Gerrard. Well, so we're all laughing at something Lala put in the background there that we don't want to say. He looks like he's struggling though.
Just can't concentrate on it.
He has to cycle to keep his internet connection going.
Well, sure, look, we might as well say he sent us a private message saying touching cloth here. So look, he said that he's gone, so we'll let everybody know he's touching cloth. Paddy, we'll come to you.
Just beyond the ball.
Beyond the ball. What do you reckon in terms of Gerrard taking over at Villa? What would you like to see there happen?
Yeah, I hope he does, and I hope he fails miserably. The different kettle of fish, the Scottish League to the Premier League, and then coming into a club like Aston Villa as well, who seem to be, is it the manager's fault or was it that they lost Jack Grealish, the club captain?
I won't have you fucking sound out about Man City saying they were nowhere.
But they were nowhere. I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember what we're talking about.
Gerrard. Chris, would you like to see Gerrard there? And I think obviously this is going to be the most biased opinion here, that we'd all love to see Gerrard take that job and get sacked within 3 months just for the fucking absolute crap.
Say don't slip and all, and then he slips.
Yeah. Would I like? I'm indifferent. I couldn't give a bollocks. But I would be aligned with Paddy. Like, I'd love to see him get it and fail miserably. And not because of the whole United Liverpool thing, just because over the last while I've seen videos of him, the clips of him, interviews and stuff. He just seems like an arrogant pig.
Yeah.
And he's just he's acting the Bertie Big Bollocks now because he's doing well with Rangers. And I would listen, fair play to him. If he goes on and becomes a world class manager, fair play to him. But I just think that he's smelling himself a bit now, and I'd like to see him just get a bit of a reality check going up against class opposition week in, week out, because Scotland and England are completely different. Yeah. You're gonna have 2, 3, 4 maybe difficult fixtures a season when you look at the fixture list for Rangers, whereas when you're in the Premier League, every team can put it up against you, especially if you're a mid-table team. You've no safe games. So I think I just think he'd get a bit of a reality check. I don't think he'll go for it though, and I think that's really why. I think he'd be afraid to make a balls of it.
JT de Villa. I did put up a message there thinking that he might take it, but I don't think so. I would see Terry taking a first managerial job in Portugal or something like that. He's always over there.
Because he likes playing golf in Portugal?
Yeah, he's always over there. He's learning the language as well.
Probably have a tracker on.
Yeah.
Did you see when he joined Twitter during the week?
Oh, class.
Somebody was slagging, saying, well, what's your wife and all? He's like, no, you're all right, mate. I looked on your profile picture and a little pig emoji.
Yeah. he joined Twitter and chose violence. It's unreal what he's doing on Twitter. It's fucking deadly. Water, what do you think?
I think everyone's do you not think the sacking of Dean Smith was harsh? I know they lost 5 league games in a row, but he did a smashing job at Villa.
Yeah,
and they made a good few signings, and probably they just haven't gelled that well. I know they lost Grealish, was a hard person to replace, but good signings, decent side. And I just thought, why is it you're teetering on the risk of whether if it continues on, you run the risk of going into a battle, yeah. And they're probably giving themselves the 2 weeks to look at options, and I can see that. But I thought he deserved a little bit more faith from the board.
Yeah, you have to look at it though as well. If they're looking at the danger, they're obviously the 2 of the bottom 3 teams at the moment are getting new managers. So they could be looking at it being if they do well and they appoint good managers, and then in another 2 months' time, we decide we want to move, those managers are already settled. So they're already getting into a good run before the end of the season. So they're probably right, we'll do it now, bite the bullet now, and try and get ahead of the game before the other managers get settled in their role. So it kind of levels the playing field a little bit more.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It just seems very reactive, though. That
it
way.
It is. He deserved a bit more time for what he's done over the last couple of years. Yeah, 100%.
Lads, there's fucking loads of stuff we could talk about this week, but we're nearly an hour into it, so we're going to move on to the next thing, which is the fashion show, lads. This is where Shit gets real. Do you know what we have, lads? And I don't know whether we're going to even squeeze it in now. We had our first segment of
That's what she said.
What's it even called? Start, bench,
Oh yeah.
sell.
Oh yeah.
We had 3 players to debate about, and I've got so much fucking shit about them here, but I don't know whether we're going to squeeze it in or not.
We keep it for next week.
Yeah.
Just do it instead of this shit.
No. Absolutely not. Right, lads, we're going to move into the fashion show. This week we're looking at the Liverpool kits. So let me just bring them up on screen.
This is then I have to say, like, for the first new pod, right? We have to sit and talk for half an hour about how bad United are.
It's great.
We skimmed over how bad Liverpool were against West Ham with their own goal with Alisson and all. And then we have to do this shit with the Liverpool jersey.
Well, why not get on to the lads who support Liverpool and say, here, I wanted to talk a bit more about Liverpool getting fucking smashed. Not my fault. I'm just a host, Paddy. I just click buttons. Yous are the ones that do all the talking. I just click buttons. Hear the buttons being clicked?
I think you have your mouse a little bit too close to your mic there.
Oh, Paddy will never live that one down. Classic.
What did I do?
Remember you used to have to say to me there, me mouse is a bit too close to me mic.
Oh yeah.
Right, lads, we have the home kit. So, Chris, you obviously don't know how this works. I don't know whether you've seen it or not, but we go through each jersey. We have a little chat about it, and we give a score or rating out of 10. We don't want rookie numbers around here. The lads are very kind of unprofessional in giving rookie numbers. So
I understand the assignment.
You know what that means. Lawler, War, we'll come to you first. Lawler's still on the Jacks. We'll explain to him when he gets back. War, what do you think of this one? How are you feeling this home kit?
It's very hard to be not biased against Liverpool because
now we did make a rule at the start of the season that we won't be biased based on the team. Talking about the kit.
I'm sorry. Rewind. The orange is horrible. I don't know. Whoever thought putting red with oranges makes it look rotten. I don't like the sponsor. It just looks fucking weird. And then whatever the pattern is in it. So I actually think it's a horrible jersey.
It's like a rope.
And that's not. It looks like a curtain. Like if you zoom in on that, like zoom right in, Collie. If you look at that, you find that in someone's sitting room. Like,
Roberto, maybe.
Probably a Liverpool fan.
probably on some fella that supports Liverpool.
So, yeah. Now the diagonal stripes aren't too bad, but it's just the color that's rotten. So I'm gonna go a shite 3 out of 10.
Ooh, rookie score. Paddy, what do you think?
Well, for fear of being biased, I suppose I'll give her 0.0.
Now, is that your final score?
Yeah, I'm not even talking about a board. They have a board there because Chris would want to shoot that. Bit of a team happening there on the pod. Fucking pigeon on their chest.
One of the lads actually, what are you saying? That one of the lads killed a bird when he was driving home from work the other day, and had a video of it on his camera.
For international viewers, a woman in Ireland could be called a bird as well. So you don't actually mean a female. Do you?
I mean a seagull.
Winged.
Maybe I'd say that.
Wings.
Well, some girls have wings as well. Chris, what do you think of this jersey?
Yeah, it's not very nice.
You can't be biased now because it's Liverpool. We're talking about the jersey.
No, it's not the worst jersey I've seen, and I'm saving myself for the worst jersey I've seen coming up. So. Yeah, I agree. The orange and red is poxy. There's a bit of a green thing on the back, which I do like. It's a nice shade of green.
On the back?
Yeah, around the back of the collar, you can kind of see it on the shoulders there. See?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a green stripe around the back of it. If they had brought the green in instead of the orange or the whole thing, it would have actually been quite nice. But for what it is now, I'm giving it a 5.2.
Interesting, lads. I don't think it's that bad of a jersey now. I have to admit, it's one of the nicer.
Considering the state of the jersey you're wearing at the moment, Collie, your score.
This, I'm telling you, is my highest rated jersey in the fucking league, and it looks terrible on the yoke, but it's so nice, so sexy.
You calling yourself the yoke?
Melon actually said to me, that jersey, the way it looks on you now is not great, but on the thing, I'm just like, all right, yeah, cheers. Basically called me fat. Like a sound. Lads, I don't think this is a bad jersey. I think I don't know whether it's this guy's body. It's fitting that better on. Probably wouldn't look that good on me. But definitely wouldn't wear it anyway. I don't like what board is that? Why is that a dragon or is it a board? What is it like?
Is it a phoenix or something? Is it? No, it's meant
Is
to be.
it?
The liverboard.
It's a liverboard. Fuck's sake.
It is a liverboard.
Is that an actual thing?
Yes.
Fuck off. Nah, you're the one of you.
No, not at all.
Fuck off. Nah,
Look it up.
No,
Google it.
absolutely not. I'm not wasting my time doing that. Lads, I'm going to rate this. I'm going to
100%
rate this
fact.
jersey. I'm going to rate this jersey 7.1 out of 10. I think it's a decent jersey. I actually like the design, like them little horizontal or little kind of diagonal stripes across, as what I was saying. I'm a fan of it. So yeah, 7.1 for me. Right, we're going on to the next thing.
The liverboard is a mythical creature which is the symbol of the English city of Liverpool. It is normally represented as a cormorant and appears as such on the city's arms, in which it bears a branch of laver seaweed in its beak. Yeah, there you go.
It's not even a real board. That's embarrassing. Paddy, what do you think of this one?
Shite!
Now, bear in mind that this is the kids' one. I couldn't get a picture of their adult one
We'd
for
be
some reason.
fucking removed.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm taking the kids
Slightly
head out.
better than the home jersey, so I'm going to say 0.1.
Lola, welcome back. We're currently in the middle of the fashion show. I hope you enjoyed your little business there that you had to attend to.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I'm a lot quicker.
Did you sit down or stand up?
Did you sit down or stand up when you were wiping?
Sit down.
And you wipe from the front to the back.
Thank you.
Through the legs or around the back?
Down the back. We have confirmed that Lawler is a normal person. Lawler, we're looking for a rating out of 10 for this jersey. Points would be as like a 7. I gave it a 7.1. Paddy was a little bit biased and just went 0. I think I can't remember what the two lads gave, but what would you reckon? What do you think of this jersey? Are you a fan of it? I know it's Liverpool, but we did make a rule at the start. Can't be biased about the team. Talking purely jersey.
Rule. And do you know what? It's all right, like, but what's a luminous orange anything got to do with Liverpool?
Yeah, that was brought up.
Like the Chelsea one you're wearing, but you know, at least that's.
Well, hello, you just fucking saying exactly what Water just said there a minute ago. Like you just fucking reciting. This is a gorgeous jersey, and in fact, this is my highest ranked jersey of the season. I'll have you know. Beautiful.
But no, it's all right. I'll give it an A.
An 8 point.
A rookie number.
Now an 8 is very high. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No, do you know what? It's quite nice.
Yeah, definitely looks like your body. Little muscly guy.
The next one looks like his buddy.
Right. Yeah. Right there. Right, we're looking at this jersey, lads. So I'm just gonna jump in here. I'm just gonna say this is one of the most horrendous fucking jerseys I've ever seen in my life. Like this is absolutely disgusting, and this is my worst rated jersey of the season so far.
Like this is kids' arms.
this is a 1.4 for me, and like that's the bottom of the barrel. Shocking. Chris, what do you think?
I think you're wrong.
What?
Yeah, I rate this one higher than the red one.
Oh my god!
I think if they found like an adult,
actually questioning our friendship now, not just that.
Yeah, I do.
We'll have to have a chat offline here, Chris. Now,
I don't hate it because I like that green color. It makes more sense than the red and orange does. Yeah, I don't hate this jersey at all. I'd say 6.8.
Jesus Christ, Lola, what do you think of this one?
I think if it was fitted better on like someone proper, it might look better.
Yeah, I was saying to the lads, I couldn't get a picture of like an adult of this for some reason.
I don't mind the collar. I kind of like collar on a jersey, but I prefer the collars on the Adidas jerseys than this one, to be honest. Or the Umbro ones. So yeah. I'm going to go 5.7.
Interesting.
This is such a bad segment. Oh my
Paddy,
god!
Paddy, what do you think?
I already gave you. I said 0.1.
Are they okay? What do you think?
This sucks ass. Like it really does.
And the only reason we keep doing it is for Paddy's comments. This is literally what's kept this ship going for so long.
But I can't.
Yeah,
I can't even pretend to love it now. Like so, like I might stop because then it won't stop because then I'll like it and everyone will be on board and it'll be better then. But I don't want it to be good. I want it to live.
What are you thinking of this one?
I don't know what that colour is. It reminds you of like Arsenal's jersey back in like the 1990s with Ian Wright playing. Yeah, Ian Wright would have played in the 90s.
And you were in your prime.
Oh, absolutely. The only reason I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 because it has the Ireland colours on the collar. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
I can't mark it up for anything else.
Nice. Right, so that's everyone. Everyone has scored this one, have they?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, we're moving on to our last one. This is
the new uniform for
Wellburger. Why has that man got legs for arms?
Popeye is wearing this, lads, right? He's obviously after eating his fucking spinach or something because the size of his bleeding forearms are outrageous. Lads, yellow jerseys are shockers. As far as this goes, this isn't any different. This whole checkered fucking red and white thing on the arms and the neck for me, like it looks like they should be working at McDonald's. I just think it's a stinker. I'm not loving it. I'm gonna go with a 2.7 on this because yellow jerseys have a league of their own, and this one is an absolute stinker. Paddy, what do you think of this one? I'm sure we can agree on this.
This jersey is like a reflection of this segment. It's shit. It's yellow. It's fucking. I think it's the only jersey I'll ever give a minus score to. I'm gonna give it like a -5. It's shit. Wellburger. It's like a wrapper off a Wellburger. I just don't like it. I don't like Liverpool. I don't like the segment. Sick of it all.
I want to.
How do you really feel?
Yeah, that was what you feel.
Yeah, stop sitting on the fence.
What do you think of it?
I totally agree with the Wellburger comment. Like literally, that's all I can think about when I'm looking at it. Literally all I can think about. So I'm gonna go with a solid 0 because while Wellburger is nice, you shouldn't associate Wellburger with a football team.
Chris, what do you reckon?
It is the single worst jersey I've ever seen. I feel like I need to wash my eyes out for looking at it.
I feel like I need to not skip leg day.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to go there because that's beyond the balls. But yeah, I am giving it a 0.01.
Ooh,
purely because the same reason you wouldn't give it a 10. I might see a worse jersey in the future.
Fair enough.
I'm not giving out there because he didn't round it down to 1 decimal place now.
No, I actually said it. I said, gone with 2. I allowed it to happen. I think Connor done it, and then he started going fucking 6 numbers now. And I was like, right, you're taking piss now. So I think I capped it at 2. So
0.1 then.
No, you can go 0.01 if you want.
Oh no, I see you've said it now.
No, fair enough. Lawler, what do you think of this one?
I don't know. I think it's a bold statement piece, to be honest. Nice embroidery.
Stick it on your kitchen table and
on the jersey.
Are you drunk again?
Do you know I like the Nike? Do you know the Nike above
that
the Nike
says
sign?
Nike.
The Nike above the Nike sign. I do like that.
I do like that as well myself.
But in terms of the checkered and the actual yellow colour, it's god awful.
Any comments on his arms?
His
forearms are bigger than his biceps.
Yeah, I'd say. I wonder what he does now to get them so massive.
So what are you scoring this one?
And they're both the same size as well. You know what I mean? He's not same exercise for both arms.
He doesn't favour one side.
No.
I think we know what you're getting at here. We know what you're getting at here now, Laura.
Yeah. He writes
Give us a score. Give us a score out of 10 for this one.
A score out of 10. I'm just going to savour this moment. I love this segment. I'm just going to drag it out a little bit longer.
I'm loving it.
I don't know. I'll probably give it a 0.01.
as well. Okay. Right,
There's
lads.
a nice Pornhub
Sorry, did
tab
something
on
just-
Collie's.
Yeah, I was just going to say, did that change? So that is the end of the fashion show. Paddy, I know you're delighted with that and you love that segment.
Forever, like
What?
the end of it forever.
Do we have it's Man City next week then, Man United. So I think we have Man City's next week.
You said something about a bonus jersey.
Oh shit! Good show, Chris. That's
for
why you're
fuck's
here.
sake, Chris.
I just didn't want it to end, so yeah.
We're back. We're back on the fashion show, lads. And
no.
Here we go. Sorry, I'm gonna take that down because it's on the block all our space. We have one, lads, and this is a bonus. How do I zoom out? Let me know what you think of this one. Be very controversial.
That's the Liverpool home jersey.
Oh
Lads, the Ireland away jersey. Now, I've seen it with Sky on the middle of it, and for some reason I can't see it online with Sky.
That's the women's. That's the women's.
Yeah, okay, I was thinking that, yeah. So, lads, what do we think of this one? Paddy, I'm going to come to you. I think you have to rate this one, considering it's your country, and you'd be doing the disrespect
How big?
to the badge and to your honour and to Michael Collins if you don't rate this one honestly. What do you think of this jersey?
Come on, you boys in green, even though it's orange. Come on, you boys in orange. It's great.
You like it?
Yeah, it's all right. Like, yeah, actually, yeah, because it's Ireland, I'll discuss it even a little bit. But yeah, I do. I like the jersey. Yeah, I do. I like the color. Bit Netherlands-ish if we're playing.
Yeah.
You know.
12th of July.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to give it a score. Or is this just like, you know?
Yeah, no, give me a score. Yeah, this is getting right.
Fuck's sake. 7.
Nice. What do you think of it?
It looks like a training top. I think we had this in the group already. Like when you look at that, you think it's a training top. I think the style of it is actually quite nice, but the colors are just wrong. I think if it's green and white, I think it would be really nice. But the fact that it's orange just throws me off so much. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be orange. Like, go with normal. Away Ireland is a white jersey. So I'm gonna go for 5 out of 10, just because of the colours.
Okay. Chris?
I totally agree with the training jersey beast. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I don't see the reason. I don't mind the orange, but I don't see the reason for the black. And it looks like they've changed the colour of the crest, which I'm just recognising now. It looks like it's a black background.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I don't like it. I don't think you should ever fuck with a crest, especially an international one. So yeah, I'm not. I don't mind it. I like the cuffs and the sleeves. It looks like it make me look like I have big arms. Not as big as your man that Liverpool jersey though.
Yeah, obviously.
But 6.5.
Oh, okay. Lawler, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the old cuffs on the sleeves. Looks like. I actually wish they'd just change the crest for Ireland though in general because I don't like it, and it's just associated with the old FEI.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all right. Like,
right.
8. I gave the Liverpool one 8. Jesus, that was
you started off way too
early. You blew your load on that first jersey, man.
8.5.
Lads, I have to admit, I actually think this is one of the nicest jersey Ireland's produced in a while. I fucking love this jersey, and I'm actually gonna go and buy it.
Can't wait to see James McLean in it.
DHK.
yeah, 100%. I love this little black thing on the sleeve. And as for saying, like, why are we doing an orange jersey? Green, white, and orange. Ireland is fucking synonymous with the color fucking orange and gold. So, like,
good word.
I mean, that is absolutely a perfect color for an away jersey. I know we usually have white, but we have green, white, and orange. So, like, why not use the orange? Like,
we're not sectarian in any way, and if we're gonna get this island completely together, we need to give it an orange jersey.
And I do have to admit they did bring in a little bit of white here. They've incorporated green, white, and orange. I mean, they've done it fucking spectacularly. Don't know what the black is about, but I like it. I like the
black on the potatoes from the family.
Yeah, fair enough.
If they had to replace the black with white, I think it would have been nicer.
Yeah, good work. Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Or a white stripe where the green is and green where the black is.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the black is a little bit confusing. But I'm all over. But I'm a big fan, lads. And
You have such a good, like a new section that would have been so much better.
No, we have one, but we ran out of time because this has gone on for an hour and 14 minutes already. So, lads, I'm a massive fan of this. I'm going to give it an 8.1, and fuck the rest of you if you don't think I'm right. I'm right because I am. Yeah, and that's a review. Lads, we were going to look at our new section, which was start, bench, and sell, and we had 3 strikers picked out from, I suppose, the Premier League era. Henry, Aguero, and
Rooney.
But we're going an hour and 15 into it, so I don't think we're going to be looking at it. Lads, I think we'll have a chat about kind of structuring the podcast again. This is our kind of first new Beyond the Ball. I was going to say off the ball. Beyond the Ball podcast. So we are trying to kind of mess around with the structure of the podcast a little bit just to see which one fits best. So we'll talk a little bit about it offline and kind of see what we want to do with it. Again, with the predictions, the Premier League predictions not happening this week kind of gave us a little bit of free time to talk about other stuff that we might not kind of get in on a normal episode. But we're going to try shorten them predictions down completely so we can still kind of talk about these type of topics. So what? Talk show. Talk show, exactly, yeah. Because we love talking show. So lads, look, I'm going to bring it to an end here. It's been good crack. It's interesting to hear what you had to say about Ollie. It's fucking A to Z from last year when United were sitting at top of the league, and I think I recall Lawler saying United are going to win the league. And that was probably my favorite video ever. And I was trying to find it, but I had it on the laptop because I was going to play it. But we might play it next week. We'll see what happens. Lads, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and we're gonna be back the same time next week, Tuesday, 8:30. If you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you follow the Beyond the Ball Facebook page. We now have a Twitter page. We're on TikTok now. We're on fucking, what else are we on? Instagram.
We're going to be uploading some real life challenges onto the TikTok account.
We're going to be uploading. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing crossbar challenges. We're going to be doing free kicks. Lawler won't be involved, unfortunately, because he lives all the way in London. Maybe we'll get you. Lawler, maybe
we don't have footballs here, no?
No. No, well, I suppose you could record it, but we keep questioning the authenticity of it, whether you've edited it or not. So look, there's a lot of this shit kind of coming up in the next couple of weeks and months and years, maybe. Who knows? Loads of challenges, crossbar challenges, penalty challenges, all that type of shit. So it's gonna be good. We're in a new era of podcast here with Beyond the Ball, and hopefully it goes well. So, lads, I just want to thank you for coming on. So, Paddy, cheers.
Thanks.
Well, Paddy's deflated after the fashion show. War, nice one.
Always a pleasure.
Chris, cheers.
Good luck, lads.
And Lawler, cheers. Thanks for coming on.
All the best.
Lads, we'll be back next week, the same time, same place, 8:30 on a Tuesday night. So we will talk to everybody then.